we're going.
We're live?
Yeah, well, not live. We're recording. Let me jump. Here, you jump in there because you know I'm better. I'll be on this side this time. Then you can move all the names.
You're still captured, right?
Yeah, we're still good. As long as I'm beside that post, we're good.
How's it going, everyone? This is Matt,
Dan,
and we got
Carlos.
Sentali wheels. Man, everywhere I go, I hear Sentali. What are you guys doing? It's like insane. It's blowing up everywhere.
Listen, and honestly, what I like is the growth is natural. You know,
Yeah.
we only just started doing our show branding, I think last year with Bureaucracy, and now we're actually starting to do a tour this year throughout Ontario. So realistically, it is a real grassroots growth, and that's why I like it. The brand is actually being asked for now by name.
How long have you guys been around?
So the company's been around, it originated back in Alberta about 8-9 years ago.
Okay.
And then we only came into Ontario about 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
And so I've been with the company for a year now. Obviously, I've been in the industry for a very long time.
I've been
and
here
so
for
now,
a while, man.
yeah. So I started hitting this grassroots 1999. You know, it's not just a song, you know what I mean? And I'm kicking it, you know, and I'm never gonna stop doing this. I love it. So this is what I'm bringing to the table is, you know, all my experience, you know, all the events that I've already been a part of, and I want to just, you know, brand, and I want to get everybody out there. I want all the cool cars on our wheels.
Yeah.
So introduce yourself, Carlos.
So my name is Carlos.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've been doing this for a very long time. I want to say, you know, I got the bug in 1994, 1999. I built my very first show car.
Nice.
By the end of 99, I started producing car shows and like bikini car washes. And I've done, you know, tours. And I want to say, you know, better part of my life has been just car shows. You know, I did free concerts and the community concerts attached to a car show or a bike show. Shops that I started making friends with would be like, hey, we want to do a car wash. And then it ended up being like a big, huge car show in front of their dealership or their shop, you know? And that's my thing. I'll never be, like I was telling you earlier, I'll never be a corporate guy. I don't want to be in a boardroom. I want to be out here with the people. And I tell people when I used to run my own show, I'm nothing without you guys. It was all the supporters that helped me build. So why wouldn't I keep giving back? You know, I don't want to be in a desk and forget about everybody. I want to be here. It's like your reunion. I haven't seen you in so long, but we've known each other for so long, right? You know, and you've got the whole following too. So I'm super excited to be here, man.
Yeah.
The thing is I think I find being in the industry and stuff like that, there's a lot of corporate. And people kind of see corporate, but it almost seems like corporate is in their offices, but they never go out to the people.
That's the thing.
They're not in tune with what's going on with enthusiasts and the seeing it, and you have.
And that's the problem is, and first let me start, that's why I really like this company. I've had opportunities to work with a lot of companies. I just came from working with the second largest manufacturer in the world. And I could tell you though, with this company, with AutoCountry and the ownership's actually younger than I am. Yeah. And they're very about the business. So they've turned around, they have in-house marketing teams, they do all their own social media stuff. Yep. I'm surprised they don't have their own podcast, but they want to work with other people, like really, really like down-to-earth guys. And that's the difference between corporate. Corporate is only about numbers. A guy sees a company like this thriving, says, I'm gonna buy them, and then change the whole game for them. Yep. We're never gonna be like that. These guys are young, they're thriving, and they come out, like, look at this, they come up with the coolest little things, you know? Like whoever thought of that, you know? Right? And it's a brand new company.
So in tune, right? Like this stuff is hot right now.
Yeah. And they're enthusiasts themselves. If you go to the main shop, it's in Edmonton, Alberta. Once you walk in, it's a massive showroom, but you'll see a Suzuki Sidekick done up with, you know, wheels hanging out, a farm truck with forged wheels on it, you know, a Mustang all done up with like US mags. Like they're enthusiasts too, you know, a G-Wagon with 26-inch spinning caps. Like they're really cool guys, man. And I'm glad to be here, man.
They care about it, which is huge.
That's exactly it. It's not just a guy that's in it for the money and the numbers. He actually wants to be a part of it, right?
Yeah. But there's a huge disconnection I find also a lot at SEMA, where what I'm trying to get to is you have the corporate world, and it's all about numbers and everything like that. But it's gotten to the point where there's a corporate, they're sort of pushing some kind of like, not an agenda, but a vision of what it is, but they don't really know what happens on the streets. On the streets, it's exactly what you're saying, is those Suzuki Sidekick, sorry. But it's the enthusiasts that are coming up, and it's like if you just have corporate and you don't know what's going on, and the thing, you kind of look a little bit like a clown because you're trying to push a certain image,
and nobody cares about it.
Nobody cares because it's not the reality. People are like, these guys are like, what are you guys trying to sell, right?
Well, and I find too that if you actually look at it, industry-leading corporate companies are actually behind the ball. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When we remember back in the day till today, California is where it begins.
Yep.
But it was like the guy with the Honda Civic that was the fastest in the world that created everything. It was the guys with the coolest paint jobs, you know, all the lowrider scene. They were the guys that created it, and the rest of the world follows.
Yep.
But that's at the street, that's on the ground. So the corporate guy that catches wind of this years later turns around and says, oh, I'm gonna make this. Well, it's already too late, buddy. We're already on the next step.
Exactly.
And that's why I like this, man. We're always trying to be like leaders in it, you know?
And then
Nice.
the mindset of kind of being out there and getting dirty, you could say, at the street level and interacting with what's going on is the advantage.
100%,
Because,
man.
like you said, corporate is like 5 years behind of what's going on,
Yeah.
and you'll never have that connection. And maybe that's probably why I'm hearing Sentali, because people actually, you guys are there, right?
Yeah.
Your social media and like crazy luxury builds and
You
stuff
mentioned
like that.
Bureaucracy. That's where I heard of it, because I was at Bureaucracy last year, and Jesse was riding around in his Tiguan.
Yeah, Jesse's
right,
got
with Sentali's, and I was like, oh, okay.
And if you think about it, you know, what I really like about it is this wheel wasn't made for the European market.
Yeah.
In that sense, like the tuner, the smaller build, it was more for like Maybachs, Mercedes-Benzes, Bentley, Rolls-Royce. But what was VW always doing? VW was taking Porsche wheels, throwing it on their cars, taking Audi wheels, putting it on their cars.
Yeah.
You know, monoblock Mercedes-Benz wheels, putting it on their cars.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the kind of mentality I'm thinking of, is like, yes, maybe this was made for Rolls-Royce or Bentley, but probably, I want to say 70% of these wheels have been put on Mercedes, or like the smaller Benzes,
Yeah.
Volkswagens, Audis.
Yeah.
So it's that market that we may have built it originally for one thing, but we knew that market was going to take it.
Oh, yeah.
And we're super glad, man.
Take it and run with it, right?
Exactly.
Like, that's what they do. Like you said, like they take Bentley wheels, they take Maybach wheels, whatever they can find, the simple pattern, slam it on, and it's, you know, an OEM wheel, so it's really well built. But it fits, it looks cool, it fits their vibe.
And it's a
that's what
completely
the VW
different look.
Oh yeah,
Because
1000%.
like, you know, the Honda guys are, you know, when we first started, were probably like the big guys to do it.
But that was the thing back then, right? Honda.
But I was the first one to argue it. Remember, my first show cars were all VWs. So when Honda guys were like, oh, I got, you know, this, that, the next thing, B18B, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, that's kind of cool. Our smallest motor is a 1.8 turbo, buddy. Like, you know what I mean? And I would, you know, I was always the black sheep of the group, right? Because I was VW first.
Yeah.
And I think that also is why I'm like so glad we're with Bureaucracy and guys like that, like your build, and you know, it's just like, look at me, I'm like a kid in a candy store. I love this, you know?
Yeah.
And that's-
It's the fun part of it. Like you said, like being out, talking to everybody at the show coming up to you. That's where this is the funnest.
Yeah.
Right? Not sitting in your garage, like staring at your car, or like said, corporate world, sitting in an office, trying to like think of the next big thing. Let's get out, talk to the people, see what they want, right?
But the biggest thing also is what I'm saying, even at SEMA, and I love going to SEMA, is that disconnection where if you don't know what's going on the streets, you could sit there, you could use algorithms all you like, but the reality is like you're just as good as the person being out in the trenches.
Yeah.
And you guys are in the trenches. Where do you see the scene going? What do you think? What's the future for Sentali and
So I think this is going to be,
Sentali and AutoCountry? Right?
yeah. I think that for AutoCountry, this is going to be the biggest year because we're finally going to hit the road.
Okay.
You know, I mean, they did a great job already, you know, because they came out with great products, you know what I mean? But I think our marketing plan for this year to actually hit the grassroots is really what's going to give us a jump. And I mean, let's be honest, I could do whatever I want. I can know whoever I want. I'm still not that. It's these wheels. Like, they're beautiful. They're beautiful. They're strong. They're affordable.
Yep.
You know, so it makes it, I think that combination, I think after this year, we're going to be in every single store. Everyone's going to start asking us by name. And that's the goal.
So if people want to find you, how do they find AutoCountry? How do they find Sentali?
So we do have a website. It's
Yep.
autocountry.ca.
Yep.
But again, as AutoCountry, we're only wholesalers because we manufacture the line.
Yeah.
So we only distribute to dealers. But that's why I keep saying, asking us by name.
Yeah.
You can go to almost any shop in Canada.
Yeah.
Knock, come in the door and say, hey, I'm looking for a Sentali wheel.
Yep.
If they don't have it, tell them to call me and I'll get them selling it.
Yeah.
But any shop that does rims and tires will sell our product or can sell our product.
Yep.
So Sentali wheels, one of the brands. What other brands are you guys famous for? Truck wheels as well, I guess?
Yeah, so
Okay.
because we started in Alberta, we are truck country, you know what I
course.
mean? The oil patches guys.
Yeah.
So, I mean, GT Off-Road is probably our biggest brand.
Okay.
We have everything from, small 18-inch and 17-inch truck wheels all the way to 30 by 16s.
Nice.
So if you're building a SEMA car, something for Motorama or any of the shows out there, we can go wild.
Yeah.
We have everything from fully forged wheels, barrel forged wheels, flow form wheels and cast wheels. Our next one is if you're in the tuner industry or if you have a sport compact car, Spec 1.
Yeah.
It is the best in price in Canada, with the fact that being only a few years old, you'll never buy an old style. You know, there are some companies that have been selling the same wheel for 15 years.
Yep.
Well, Spec 1's only been around for 4 years. So you know you're going to get a really good, nice looking wheel.
Yeah.
And, you know, those are really our claims to fame. We have some other smaller brands that have come out.
Yeah.
But those are our 3 top.
That makes sense.
Barrel forge. What is barrel forge? Explain.
That's
never heard
perfect. This is it right here.
Okay.
So now we all know that a forged wheel is compressed, heated, and stretched aluminum.
Yeah.
That's what makes it lighter and much stronger.
Yeah.
So one of the biggest things is when you're dealing with something that's wide like this, a deep dish, you want a very strong wheel. So by forging the barrel itself, and this you can see is a floating spoke, it's a 2-piece.
Okay.
So the center is cast, but the barrel is forged, which is where you need the real support.
Yep.
That's the reason why it's a barrel forged. So it's a 2-piece
Straight.
wheel that's put together.
Got it. Okay, what's your next event you guys are going to be at for people to actually interact with you? If you guys are going to be going out or
Oh, almost every other weekend.
every
brother.
other weekend.
Yeah. So I should
What's
be
the one
here.
you're looking forward to?
Oh, Bureaucracy is the one that really I
Bureaucracy,
can't wait
there
for.
you go.
But we do have, we're also going to be at the Driven
Okay.
full series. We've sponsored the whole series.
Nice.
And also too, I want to do a big shout out to Venom Power.
Yep.
So Venom tires is going to be the hottest brand of the year. I'm telling you, it's like a top tier style tire. It's got road hazard. It's got a full warranty on it. And they have patterns that are very similar to what we're used to. So if you're used to like a Niddle 420, we have the GTS. If you're used to, you know, Toyo AT3 or, you know, getting into truck stuff, if you're interested in a KO3, we have very similar tread patterns. And I want to say our product is better because it's a better bang for your buck. You're saving money because you're not spending the money on the big brand name, but it's the exact same quality tire. So that's kind of our new thing that we're really, really pushing.
Yeah.
So you'll see both of us always paired up at all the events.
Yeah.
So the Driven, the reason why I brought that in is Driven, or any of the race events at like Cayuga, Grand Bend that we're going to be at, you could get a tire that's good for drifting, a tire that's good for a straight mile. If you're in a truck burnout pit or a tractor pull, come get a tire from us. We got it all, you know?
Nice.
Man, that's awesome. Okay.
Amazing.
Cool. If you want to catch us, check out Seymour's podcast. And thank you for having me.
Listen, my
Appreciate
pleasure,
it.
man. I've known this guy for a very, very long time. And you just meeting
Just
you,
meeting
but
you.
I think
We're gonna see each other.
We're very good
Driven.
friends, man.
We'll be
will
at
do it.
Bureaucracy.
Bureaucracy.
Right? We'll be
Driven.
around.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.